everyone, today I'm going to do a video on what's on my iPhone 7 Plus Rose Gold. I've also got another iPhone in the jet black, and I'm actually trying to film with it right now. So they're actually all the same, and because I'm using the same Apple ID and I restored from the same backup. So okay, let's look at the first most important folder on my phone. And the first and most important folder is the devotional folder here, and it's got the devotionals that I read every day, and I usually read them twice, once before I sleep and once when I wake up, so once at 12 and once in the morning. And in this folder there are a lot of devotionals, and with this one here being my favorite, and it has a daily verse on it, and you can share with your friends on Facebook by pressing this, and just go to Facebook and post. Then it's successfully posted. Okay. I've got notes that I find very useful. I write down my for example, my passwords and important information on notes, and so I can check on them. Usually passwords for different companies or different social medias, and sometimes I write my prayers on notes as well. And then I've got contacts, I've got photos, and in the photo app I've got over 20,000 photos. That's why I've got a phone with a big memory, and I like to keep my photos on the phone so that I can use them to post on Facebook and my other social media if I want to. And obviously I've got them saved on my MacBook as well. And I don't know why it's going to voice control every time I try to press the phone, but it's kind of strange. Okay. And then I've got a camera folder, and I've just got the regular cameras, the CP Camera Pro, which allows you to film video on your iPhone that has a pause function, the line camera, the beauty cam, and the camera 360. And then I've got my social media folder, which has Facebook, Twitter, Pages, which is a manager app for my personal fan page, and then Weibo, which is a Chinese blog, Snapchat, and Skype. Then I've got Coco PPA, and this is an app that is quite interesting because it allows you to personalize your screen. You can go to store, and choose your own themes, and you can also choose your own wallpapers from here. And there are also icons for your apps, so you can have specialized app icons. And this wallpaper is downloaded, the one that I'm using right now, which is cream color with some flowers, is from Coco PPA, and I find this app quite useful. And then I've got Made to Pick, which is an app that decorates photographs, and it's kind of useful because it's sort of like Facetunes, except it's not just an app that sort of decorates your face, but it also creates collages, and you can have vintage effects and things like that on your photographs. and I've got the weather app. I've got Instagram, which I like quite a lot because I love looking at friends' photographs, especially food, and I can give comments to like photos of friends from abroad. And I've got WhatsApp, which is very useful because it's like the equivalent to the message app, but where I live we don't really use the message app. And WhatsApp is an app that allows you to make phone calls as well, and you just have to dial with the telephone sign here, and you can dial overseas where there's Wi-Fi for free, and you can also use 3G, and you can send pictures and photographs as well. So I find it quite useful. And I've got the weather and the app store, you download apps, and then I've got the Apple Watch app, and it's because I've got the Series 2 Apple Watch in stainless steel black this year, and I find it very useful because you can make and answer phone calls on your watch, and you can also measure your activity level, and you can also like relate to your apps on your Apple Watch. And this one here is very useful as well. It's called Wi-Fi Photo Share, and you can share your photos to your other iOS device, for example your iPad. So you can, if you want to send a couple of photos to your iPad, you can just connect it to your iPad, and immediately you will be able to look for other iPad to so I've got my iPad here. So if you want to send a photo from this one to this one, you just have to connect it, and you'll be able to send like 3 or 4 photographs, and instead of plugging the lines onto your computer, and which is quite troublesome. And so that's about it on my first page. And on my second page I've got the finance folder. So it tells you the gold prices of that particular day. So if I have a little pocket money, I can use it to buy and sell gold to help with my financial expenses. And yeah, then I've got Shazam, which I'm sure you know, or you all know what it is. I've got the shopping folder, and it has Amazon, AliExpress, Etsy, Taobao, which is equivalent eBay, and Taobao is equivalent to AliExpress, except it saves the transportation cost where I live. I just don't know why it keeps going to voice control, but never mind. And then I've got Vimeo, which is video editor, Google Translate that translates words from one language to another, and I find this very useful because sometimes I write on my Chinese microblog, and it sort of, you can just type in the word in Chinese and then it will give it to you in English, or vice versa. So yeah. And I've got YP10883, which is an app that allows you to search for telephone numbers here where I live. And I've got my music, and I've got a bunch of Christian hymns that I play quite a lot. And yeah, so and then I've also got this one here, which is very useful. It's called Converter, and you can convert currency, volume, weight, time, pressure, and things like that. For example, you can convert how tall you are from centimeters to square feet, and things like that. So I find this one very useful as well. And then I've got podcasts, I've got iTunes stores, I've got Pinterest that I use quite a lot. I like to pin a lot, and I like to read other people's pins, and yeah. So then I've got the QR code reader. This one here is called Pocket Video, which I'm still learning to use, and the activity app is actually connected to my Apple Watch. I've got Google, where I sometimes go on the internet, and Chrome as well instead of Safari. And I've also got messages, which I just only receive messages from like companies like my phone carriers and things like that. And Tutu Benchmark is another app that I use quite a lot because I really fancy mobile phones and tablets and things like that, and it sort of gives you the performance of how good your phone is, and so you can compare them. And I've got the A to Z food dictionary that tells you the nutrition value of food, and I've got a bunch of like slideshows, movies that create slideshows so that I can post on my Facebook. And this one here is called WordPress, and it sort of oops, there's a problem to it, gives you the analytics to your to my blog. And I've got a personal blog called Dirty Pink Trends, and I'll include the details on the comment box down below. It just keeps going to voice control for some reason. And yeah, and I also want to talk a little bit about my case. So I've got this really nice Tech 21 case here, and it's a very protective case, and let's take a look at it. So it's a case that looks like this that I got from Apple, and it provides a 10 feet protection. And this is the iPhone 7 Plus in rose gold, and when you put it on, it looks like this at the back, and it allows for 3D screen protectors to be used as well. It's very soft on the sides, and it's not difficult to put on. I might do a review on the Tech 21 cases later on, and the openings are very wide here, down here, and yet it still provides good protection, so it allows for charging, like third-party chargers and earphones to be plugged in. And yeah, so as you can see, I really like the color Dirty Pink because I find the rose gold sort of dirty pink, and my iPad is also dirty pink in color. I mean rose gold in color, and yeah. So I hope you liked my video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. And until next time, may God bless you and shower him with his abundant blessings. So if you want to follow my Instagram, it's Connielovesgod, and if you want to visit my blog, it's www.dirtypinktrends.com. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.